certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
Fellas, I feel this is my lucky day.
Brilliant.
We're live.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Rankin. We've finally got there. We're finally doing top 12 Rob Schneider movies.
Yeah.
Fans
demanded it.
I think they'll be good movies, and even these guys agree.
You can do it! You can do it!
That is correct.
But we've got a great panel here. Over here we've got Brian. Brian, how's it going?
It's very good. Love you, Schneider. And yeah, we've got the whole countdown crew from the Rob Schneider episode.
Yeah.
Also here we've got Austin. Austin, how's it
No,
going?
that's exactly what we have. And yeah, it makes sense because we just did this 2 weeks ago. So it's going to be basically a retread of that. But you know what? I'm fine with it.
Now we come to a consensus, though.
The
That's
more
what I like
Rob,
about this show.
yeah, no, that should be the interesting part is when we get to that part. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, no, we, I feel, we're a deja vu from a couple weeks ago, but I'm fine with that because I don't mind the Schneider. He's all right.
Yeah, and also we've got JPO. JPO, how's it going?
GAPO is a carrot. I'm excited to be here. Good Schneider, one of those guys that we grew up on. And now that I'm done, bashing this in the polls, I think I'm going to go for David Spade now until you do that episode.
Or Kevin James.
Kevin James. And then I'm going to nominate Kevin Smith movies during the episode.
But anyway, but yeah, how Rankin Merch is going to go around and nominate a movie I think belongs on the top 12 Rob Schneider list. And then everyone else will say yes or no to it. Because we've got a sort of even panel, we'll probably have someone else join us a little bit later, hopefully. The person nominated, their vote, it's going to come down to the other three on the panel. But going to go to Brian first. Brian, what was the first movie you're going to bring up?
I'll go with my number one Schneider movie, Big Daddy. What I love about this role is his chemistry with Sandler's great. You guys have realized hip hop anonymous. You gave all the easy ones. So funny lines there, and some very good chemistry with Sandler that film. So bring up Big Daddy.
Austin, what do you say about Big Daddy?
Yeah, this is one of the kind of roles that Rob Schneider would kind of be known for in most of the Sandler movies, just kind of the guy who pops up throughout the movie and, has some fun little scenes here and there, but it might be kind of the one of the bigger, like more well-known examples of that. Yeah, because I think he's still just credited as delivery man or delivery guy or something like that in the actual movie. But yeah, it's more than just a cameo. He pops up. He's a lot of fun every time he does. And it's a perfect kind of just scene stealing, little Rob Schneider role. But, in this case, you're always kind of happy to see him and he makes you chuckle. So, I'll give a yes to Big Daddy.
JPO, what do you say about Big Daddy?
No, 100% agreement. I'm with Brian. This is my number one Schneider flick. If you just go in on, obviously not necessarily a performance, but just movie in general is definitely up there. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I was going to rewatch this, but just didn't get around to it. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Big Daddy. I think it's fine. But I'll say yes. I like it enough to say yes to it. So yeah, Big Daddy is going to make this list, and we go to Austin.
You guys know what I'm going to bring up. I'm just going to get my number one right out of the way. I hope some of you guys have watched it since then, since I told you where to find it. I certainly hope so, or you at least say yes for my sake. But yeah, I'm going to bring up Surf Ninjas for my nomination. Don't give me that look, JPO. Don't you dare say you didn't watch this when I told you to. But no, his role as Iggy, he's actually part of the main ensemble here. It's a little bit early for him back in like '93. He's coming off SNL, but he's legitimately like really funny in this movie. I think he has some of his best bits he's ever done. The knives bit, the bit where he plays kind of the fake stepdad. He genuinely has some really funny, like quotable lines here. He brings a lot of good energy, a different type of energy than Ernie Reyes Jr. does in the movie, and he's just kind of the white dude sort of along for the role of these kids, journey into their past and whatnot. But yeah, I think he's really, really funny, and he's legitimately really good in this movie. So my nomination is the Surf Ninjas.
JPO, what do you say about Surf Ninjas?
Have I seen it since the last episode we talked about Schneider? No. But I know I liked it like 25 years ago when I was super young. So, yeah, young me will say yes.
Okay.
Old me to young me.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it deserves to be in the list, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't told to watch this. I just saw it. I just knew it was going to come up. And I found it free on YouTube.
That's where I told everybody to find it. Somebody uploaded on YouTube like 5 years ago, and it's still up there. That's all you can find it, but it's fine. It's in decent quality.
But yeah, this is my first time ever seeing it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yes. Surf Ninjas, a classic with Rocky Telltale. Oh wait, that's 3 Ninjas, not the Surf Ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna give it a yes. I saw on YouTube where I was told where it's free, and a lot of fun with it. So I'll give it a yes.
Yay! Can't wait for it to. Can't wait! I can't wait for it to be number 12 on this list. It's gonna be great.
But if Surf Ninjas is going to make the list, and we go to JPO.
All right, let's see what we got on the docket here. Another co-starring role, and hey, it's the Sandman popping up again. 51st Dates. Again, just he's casted as the good buddy with the milky eye. He's got several funny moments here. You know what I mean? Their plan backfires, and Drew Barrymore beats the shit out of him. You know, he's always got cuts that are opening back up. He's got that fun chubby wife that you find out about, and he's got like 12 kids. And yeah, once again, just like Big Daddy, he's perfect in this. Like every time he pops up, like you usually get a laugh, you get a smile. So 51st Dates.
Yeah, 50. I completely forgot how often he pops up in 51st Dates, but yeah, I think he's really good in the movie, and I think he's entertaining. So I'm gonna go yes to 51st Dates. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I'll give it a yes as well. His role's a lot of fun. This one play. Sometimes you see him in drag, play the Lucy character instead of trying to remind you maybe more of his time with her. So it's a lot of fun. So yes.
And Austin, what do you say about 52?
This is going to be the quickest episode of Rank 'em ever. We're just going to say yes to every movie that comes up, and then we're going to rank them, and we'll be in and out in 40 minutes. It's going to be great. No, it's fine. No, it's cool, because, yeah, everyone that's come up is good so far. Yeah, 51st Dates, yeah, you do forget kind of how much he is. He pops up in it. Yeah, I like all the bits where he's ordering around, like, the 10 or 12 kids or however many kids are running around. JP mentioned, yeah, my favorite scene where the sort of hero bit backfires and Drew Barrymore beats the hell out of him with the baseball bat. That's a lot of fun. And yeah, he's genuinely, like, again, another good role, sort of like Big Daddy, where he's a sporadic character that pops up, but every time he does, like, he's making you laugh. He's kind of perfect for what he's doing in the movie. So yeah, I'll say yes to 51st Dates for sure.
But yeah, so 51st Dates, mate, the list, and it's going to be, and it falls on me. And yeah, I mean, just based on the way I do my list on Letterboxd, I've got movies that are higher than this. But I rank the movies, not so much the performances, but I'm going to bring up one that's a little bit lower, but he's a bigger performance in this. I'm bringing up Grown Ups, and yeah, we get Adam Sandler again. But yeah, I mean, look, I think Rob Snow's role in Grown Ups is a lot of fun, and he's one of those characters that I really wish he was in the sequel. To be honest, like, he is probably my favorite character in this.
He made the smartest decision to not being that piece of shit. Oh my god! I think only because I think they were fighting at that point, because he probably obviously would have been for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, especially sort of the scene where, like, his daughter's reveals, like, like, that can't be your daughter's. Like, I think it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, Grown Ups is on the table. Brian, what do you say about Grown Ups?
Yeah, groups. I'll give it a yes for. It's a lot of fun. Seeing them reunite, all SNL members reunite, except for Kevin James, who was on SNL. But yeah, his chemistry, the relationship with the older woman is hilarious. Them realizing them. So his wife not his mother. So yeah,
I don't know if
even
it's
the whole
chemistry as much as just a funny
Yes.
joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if chemistry is the right word.
even the arrow with that sequence where him getting sad with the arrow is hilarious. So it's a yes for me.
Austin, what do you say about Grown Ups?
It's been a minute since I watched the original Grown Ups. I probably need to go back and see it, but I do remember it being a way better movie than the second one. Because oh my god, when I saw the second one, that movie's an abomination. But yeah, Schneider's not even in that one. But yeah, no, it's fine. I remember him being okay, and it kind of again doing what we're talking about, kind of the supporting guy that just pops up here and there to deliver some decent jokes, and it being his one of more non-annoying roles and whatnot. So yeah, I'll give Grown Ups a yes, sure.
And JPO, what do you say about Grown Ups?
Yeah, not a big Grown Ups fan, but Pez is absolutely right in my sentiments as well. Is that the first one at least has some merit, unlike the sequel, and it actually does make my list. So yeah, I'll say yes as well. I think it does skirt in right under the hair for me to say yes.
And if that Grown Ups does make the list, can we go back to Brian?
No. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm going to see how this one goes. I'll bring up the War Boy. Yes, it's a cameo, but it's his first cameo he's done with Sandler, and the first ever appearance of the. I said, "Do you can do it?" It's all fun, so I'll shoot my shot for War Boy.
Austin, what do you say about the Water Boy?
I mean, it does say something when I've gone to see Rob Schneider do stand up, and the first thing he yells just to get it out of the way on stage is "You can do it." That's the first thing he does, just to get it out of the way, so that people don't yell it at him. The entire show. He's just like, "All right, let's get out all the catchphrases. What else you want to hear?" Like, no, this, that, the other, and he just does them all, like, just to get him out there. And to be fair, he does pop up several times, not just the one spot. Like. He does kind of pop up here and there. He even has a bit where what's her name, Vicky Valancourt, like goes to his little shack or whatever, and like knocks on his door to pull him to to go to the hospital. So like he does kind of pop up here and there. It's one of his earlier ones, but I think given how sort of that little role has permeated into pop culture, and like you showed, like even Sandler doing a version of it later, like in The Animal, like I think it probably should be on the list, so I'll say yes for the Waterboy.
JPO, what do you say about the Waterboy?
Pez, you should try debates, because I was gonna say no until you went. Because you sold me. Fuck, you did. Like he pops up enough.
It's almost like I'm really good at debating and
no. Like
people.
honestly, I was ready to say no just based on it's a cameo. Let's do something bigger. But you say he does pop up a couple times, and it's kind of like there's a montage we can pull up of him or Sandler doing it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and like you said, he has, and that's actually really funny and smart that he does that. In his act, that he kind of like, let's get out of the way.
Let's get out of the way. He literally does that. Like whatever ones you can think of that he does, he'll do every single one of them. Like he'll do the Hip Hop Anonymous. Like he'll do all of that. Like
copies.
Get out of the way so you don't get the yelling. Like the entire
copy.
Thing. Yeah, right. So
yeah, the Reckonator. You can do it. Yeah, it makes sense.
That's what.
So yeah, I'll give it a yes.
It's The Waterboy is one of those movies that I was referring to that is higher on my list, but because he isn't in it as much, is why I didn't bring it up. But I was always going to be, if it does get brought up eventually, I would say yes to it. So it's a yes to The Waterboy. Austin, we go back round to you.
So I'll actually bring up one of his leading roles, so we can kind of maybe transition into that. But it's a movie I think is kind of better than people give it credit for, and does have a sweetness to it and a heart to it. I'll bring up The Animal. I'll be the one that brings up The Animal, because I we talked about it on Countdown, but I do think it's a sweet movie. It's a good natured comedy. I do think, as I said on that episode, that Schneider is good playing like the physical comedy in the movie when he's doing a lot of the animal bits, with the different spots where he has to. It has a good supporting cast, like John C. McGinley's really good in this movie. Even the girl Colleen Haskell from Survivor, they have a nice little chemistry with each other and get some sweet scenes. And he's a likable leading man when he's playing kind of this meek, guy who just wants to, be a good cop and whatnot. And I think it's better than people give it credit for. So I think it deserves to be on the list. I like The Animal, so I'll go with that.
JPO, what do you say about The Animal?
This is just like Grown Ups Now with a couple others thrown in there. It's right. It skirts underneath the the yes for me as well. And yeah, there are some laughs in this. You know, even back in the day, I remember I buying this in theaters seeing this in theaters and buying the VHS when I could over at Blockbuster when they had those previous VHSs for cheap. So it's a fun enough movie here, and I get a good lead by Schneider. This is actually one of those smart ones where like I think he is the right choice. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you're like, oh, Sandler was busy. He gives this movie to so and so. Schneider's the right choice for this. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Like I've always wondered if this was originally supposed to be Adam Sandler in the lead role, and but because he was doing other things,
I bet you he gets dibs. Oh, we're at the point now. This is what.
Yeah. I don't think he would have been good in this role, actually.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
This is meant for Schneider.
Yeah.
This actually is the right choice for him to get.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. I agree with you. Like, I think Rob Schneider is great in the role. Yeah. It's one of those ones. I wonder if this was. This is
post Deuce, so I could see this being directly offered to him. You know, I mean, Deuce Bigelow was a big enough success, so it would make sense that it's possibly just actually meant for him.
But this is one of the ones I rewatched because I haven't seen it since around the time it first came out. I don't think. But yeah, I was surprised. I enjoy this. This does get a lot of hate that I don't know if it's warranted. Like I think it's a lot of fun and what it does. And yeah, we're supposedly getting a sequel to this.
On Tubi.
On Tubi.
Just like the Joe Dirt sequel, right? On Crackle.
Oh no, don't say that.
But yeah, I mean,
I like Joe Dirt 1, but 2.
But apparently, they were supposed to have principal photography early this year, but with the release scheduled for later this year. But that's not going to happen now, most likely.
Get on it, Tubi.
But
maybe shows like this and Countdown, Tubi will be like, well, there's an interest, so let's get it.
At least some people will watch it.
Schneider's hot. Look at all these shows about him. All of a sudden in the last week.
Yeah, right.
But Brian, what do you say about The Animal?
Yeah, The Animal's a lot of fun. It's a good 85-minute runtime.
Sweet runtime.
Yeah, that's why Pez likes it.
Oh yeah.
You go under 90.
That's right. Hey, we're doing the countdown soon. Great movies under 85 minutes. We're doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. Anyways, The Animal's a lot of fun. You get him reacting to different instincts. The whole scene with the goat scene is hilarious. The whole sequence is party with him. Acting like a dolphin and a seal, hilarious. So yeah, it's a yes for me.
Dude, I've already got my list for that countdown. We're doing that show, JPO. I made it while I was at work. I'm doing it.
It work as well.
Oh yeah.
But The Animal does make the list, and yeah, I think a lot of Rob Schneider starring movies are all around that same runtime to me. But JPO, what's the next movie you're going to bring up?
Shoot my shot, as the cool kids say. The second Home Alone, Lost in New York. The bellhop who unfortunately gets gum a lot, and he, of course, the retread of fucking with them with the VHSs, the whole group. Not a lot, but again, perfectly casted, kind of like in that same Demolition Man vein of like, when he's there, he's perfect as kind of the snooty bellhop, and overall, I think the movie's just a lot of fun here. I think. I even tried. I think I might be unsuccessfully at Battleground trying to debate that it's better than the first, because that's the question I was given.
Yeah.
But because I do think it kind of like it exemplifies the first. That's that kind of sequel that just we're going bigger. You know what I mean? And I love the New York setup here. I think it always captured my imagination as a kid. So yeah, Home Alone, Lost in New York.
I mean, I do like this better than the first as well. So
same here.
Like Rob Schneider's, he's fun in Home Alone too. And yeah, this is another one of those movies that's like really high up on my personal list. But yeah, I'm going to say yes to it. Brian, what do you say about Home Alone 2?
Yeah, this is my favorite Home Alone as well. I believe this is one of his early movies, him off SNL for Schneider. The scenes are great. JP said the one who gets gum a lot, and very memorable. So it's a yes for me.
And Austin, what would you have said about Home Alone?
Yeah, totally. I'll say yes to Home Alone 2. I think we talked about it on the countdown. He's in there enough. He's actually, I mean, he has a name. I think even though he's only credited as Belgium, he's Cedric, or like Tim Curry says his name a couple times.
Cedric.
And yeah, he has good little bits with Tim Curry in there. Yeah, all the bits where he keeps showing up at the door, of Kevin, with his drawers, with the fruit stripe guy. All the stuff is good. Again, good little bits from Schneider coming off of SNL, and he was good there. And yeah, like JPO said, it is the formula of like, much like Predator 2 or Gremlins 2, it's like bigger, better, and in the city. Like that's the formula we did in the 90s for the sequel. But hey, we did it for a while and it was trendy. But yeah, I like this movie a lot, and yeah, I'm fine with it being on the list. So yes.
That Home Alone 2 makes the list. And JP, we'll be back to you.
That was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, he nominated Home Alone 2.
Yes.
I'll go again.
So it's on you.
But yeah, with that, I'm going to shoot my shot here for another one of his like early starring and one of his biggest starring roles. And I rewatched this first. And I actually really enjoy this. I'm going to go for the Hot Chick. I think it's a lot of fun. Just with him being this girl that's in a man's body, and I think he's a lot of fun. I want to say it's Rachel McAdams. That's the
the friend is Anna Faris. The girl is Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Academy
about.
Award nominee Rachel McAdams.
Oh yeah, and the Hot Chick.
She needed to pay bills.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the movie's a lot of fun. Like it's one of those ones like, once again, I rewatched this for this, and I just forgot how fun it was and how funny it was too. I think it's great. So the Hot Chick is going to be on this list. We'll nominate Brian. What do you say about the Hot Chick?
Yeah, this is actually going to be the next nomination. It's a good role for him. Perfect for him, I would say. You do get the Saturday cameo with him as a hippie. You could be a Reed in it.
Put your Reed in it.
Yep. His first reaction to him changed by him as a man, as a whole body stop. His first reaction is hilarious. Chemistry with Anna Faris is perfect, and yeah. So yes.
Austin, what do you say about the Hot Chick?
No, I had it on my countdown list, as we refer to a lot. Yeah, I like the Hot Chick. I've probably seen the Hot Chick and the Animal like way more than most people. I don't know. I just think they're, again, these kind of breezy, silly comedies that you don't take too seriously. They fly by. But everybody, surprisingly, like Brian said, has really good chemistry in it. Like I think the chemistry between Schneider and Anna Faris is really good, and their little sleepover scenes and whatnot. Rachel McAdams is having a good time when she's after they do the swap and trying to like use the body at the strip club to like try to get money and all that. It's a lot of fun. And there's just some good bits throughout it. And again, I think it's a harmless, just kind of silly comedy, and I like a good body swap movie, and this kind of even is the year before Freaky Friday. Not that I'm saying it's better than Freaky Friday, but it's not bad. But yeah, it's a decent little comedy again, and I think he's fine in it. So I'll give a yes to the Hot Chick.
And JPO, what do you say about the Hot Chick?
It doesn't matter, but I would have said no. I'm not a big fan of the Hot Chick. Don't find it that funny. Not something I go back to, and there's other things I would have voted for it. So you got to be not pickier on my list.
All right.
But Brian, we go back to you for your next nomination.
I'll go with more recent ones. I'll go with Home Team. This is one I rewatched a few days ago, and it's pretty enjoyable. Schneider provides some comedic moments in there as Kevin James is ex-wife's new love interest, and I'll go for Home Team.
Austin, what do you say about Home Team?
I have not seen Home Team yet since that episode, so I have to abstain.
JPO, what do you say about Home Team?
Damn, I hope you've seen it, Malcolm. This is also a yes for me as well. I'm a fan of this movie. It's unfortunately does get dragged down by the fact that I feel they need to be. You know what I mean? There's like a big puking sequence that doesn't fit, because otherwise it's a pretty relatively straight, story of a Kevin James's character gets kind of expelled from the NFL, and now he's kind of back locally, and he's divorced from Adam Sandler's real life wife in the movie. who's now dating Rob Schneider. That's where Schneider pops up, and he's kind of even a next level character. He's kind of like a hippie with certain foods and stuff like that. I think that's why they throw up, because it's Rob Schneider's food. Like certain things don't fit, but like the hard and when it's kind of playing it straight, to me it actually really works, and I think James actually gives a really good performance in it. So yeah, this thumbs up for me, and I hope you saw it, Malcolm. You didn't though, did you?
So this is one of those movies that I just didn't see last year when it came out. I saw it was on the list. I watched it because it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. But yeah, and yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I think I think I just didn't bother watching it because like it's Kevin James. I didn't think it was going to be any good. But yeah, it was surprisingly a good movie. Like once again, it's labeled as a sports comedy, but to me, I see it more as a drama, and it works. But it's weirdly enough, but yeah, Home Team is going to be a yes for me, so it's going to make the list. And I believe we're back down to
me. Yeah. So let's round out some of the leading man stuff and talk about the original Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, which I think is getting on here. And this might have been, if I'm trying to put my chronology, was this his first like legitimate like leading role? I think it was. But yeah, like really kind of breaking out of the Sandler stuff. But yeah, interesting, kind of a fun concept with him being this very unsexy and not, definitely not Oded Fair quality gigolo, who as we touched on Countdown, I'm convinced there was about a 2-year period there where Oded Fair, the guy from The Mummy, who plays the actual gigolo in this movie, might have been the sexiest man alive for like 2 years. Because my God, is he a handsome gentleman in this movie. But yeah, he has some really fun bits when he's, doing all these jobs with these, very tall women or very large women or whatnot. But again, he plays the physical comedy really well. He's a likable presence. And it's kind of a perfect little, again, just sort of kind of humble dude role for him. So yeah, let's go with the OG Deuce Bigelow.
JPO, what do you say about Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah, if you don't count Surf Ninjas, which he's on the poster of, yeah, this is his first leading role.
Yeah.
Especially whether it's like it's literally his face, the point of view of his face. It's a yes for me as well here. I think it's another one that is slightly unbalanced, but I think he does so good in it. Like you said, like there's that character could be a little slimier, but he plays it, I think, pretty perfectly well, and there's enough laughs and whatnot. I mean, it warranted even a sequel. So I'm gonna say yes, it definitely deserves to be here.
Once again, this is another one that I rewatched because I definitely haven't seen this since it came out. This is one of those movies that I remember not liking as much the first time I saw it, but on the rewatch, it was actually a lot better than what I remembered it to be then. So it went up a little bit for me. So I really like this. I was halfway through the sequel, rewatching that. It's like, yeah, it's definitely better than the sequel. So yes for me. Brian, what do you say about Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah, I'm more a fan of the second sequel more than the first one, but that being said, I'll give a side yes for first Deuce Bigelow.
That Deuce Bigelow is going to make the list, and we go over to JPO.
Ooh, it's me again. Let's see what I got next. I want to talk about. Hold on, I was looking up lead performance. Okay. Kind of a weird character, but again, he somehow makes it work. You don't mess with the Zohan. I want to vote for. Again, it's about a dude who somehow you earnestly believe just misses his goat or whatever. And then overall, the movie again, could seem problematic or bad, but I think it's high mid-tier Sandler for me here, where I think the laughs do come at a pretty decent amount here. They're throwing a lot at you. They're throwing action sequences. They're messing around with cats. There's cultural jokes from everybody here. Cameos abound, and it's a fun flick overall. So Zohan is my nomination.
Yeah, this is I didn't rewatch this. No, I don't remember Schneider in it personally. I'm also not a big fan of the movie. I will probably rewatch it eventually. But yeah, it's going to be a no for me at this point. Brian, what do you say about You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Yeah, Zohan's a lot of fun. Schneider played the taxi driver in the past in the accident. His chemistry with the other taxi drivers are great. His phone call with Phantom's hilarious. You give me 3%. No, I give you one movie touch. Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, his chemistry with as Jamie said, his relationship with the girl is there. When he first meets Sandler in the film, he throws the shoe at him. So yeah, a lot of fun. So yes.
And Austin, what do you say about You Don't Mess with the
Yeah,
Zohan?
much like I've talked about with the animal and the hot chick, I've seen this movie so many times, like maybe more than just about anybody. I like this movie a lot. I saw it twice in theaters, and yeah, I think there's an earnestness to it underneath all the silly kind of gags and whatnot. But yeah, Schneider in particular, yeah, he's got this little scheme going with these other two guys where he thinks he wants to get revenge on Zohan for what he thinks was a goat stealing incident, but he finds out he was fine and he took care of him, and he gets his goat back, and everybody's glad to do it. But yeah, he's got some good bits in the taxis, and on the phone with Totoro is a lot of fun, and I like this movie a lot, so I'm gonna give Zohan a yes.
You Don't Mess with the Zohan makes Liz got one spot left, and yeah, I'm going to bring up another. I want to say it was a Netflix original, but I'm bringing up The Wrong Missy with David Spade, and yeah, this is another one that I rewatched it for this. It went down a little bit for me at this one, but I still think it's a harmless fun movie. And yeah, and like Rob Schneider appears as I think he's a ship captain or something like that. But he has a lot of fun moments in the movie. And yeah, so The Wrong Missy is going to be my nomination here. Brian, what do you say about The Wrong Missy?
Yeah, I have to save for this one. How long ago I want to see this one yet?
You call yourself
Austin, what do you say about The Wrong Missy?
I have not seen The Wrong Missy, but looking through the cast, I guess Roman Reigns is in it, so JPO's probably watched it.
You're damn right I did.
Because Roman Reigns is in it, so he's watching. As a tatted meathead is what he's accredited as.
I believe that's the opening scene. So
As the opening scene,
yeah.
As if a wrestler's in it, JPO's watching it, no matter what it is. He's gonna see it.
And also too, I'll admit I am a sucker for a David Spade movie. I want that next. I would have, depending on if other people had gone for it, I might have said yes as well, because I actually do like this. If other things, I would have voted for this over the hot chicken and whatnot, but I guess it doesn't matter. So I'll say yes just to help you, but it doesn't get it.
Yeah, but yeah, David Spade makes the mistake of trying to steal Roman Reigns' girl. So, but Brian, you've got one spot left. Do you have the movie that's going to take that spot?
Yeah, I'll go show my shop first one. I'll do up the Beverly Hillbillies. It's Rockstar plays one of the villains in the movie, the banker tries to steal the fortune of the Beverly Hillbillies of Jed's family, and it's a good adaptation of the TV show. You get Jim Varney as the main character as Jed. You get Lawrence Fishburne. You get Ian Thompson as the co-villain. So I'll shoot my shot for Beverly Hillbillies.
Austin, what do you say about the Beverly Hillbillies?
I'll say I don't think I've seen the Beverly Hillbillies since 1994, so I might have rewatched at least his scenes for this one. I don't even remember when we brought it up on Countdown him being in that movie. So I believe you when I say he's in it, but man, I have zero recollection of this movie other than my boy Jim Varney as Jed, and that's the only thing I remember in that movie. So I need to rewatch it. It's been ages since I've seen that movie, so. I think I'll have to abstain for now. I couldn't give it a yes or a no, just because I remember nothing about it.
But JPO, what do you say about the Beverly Hillbillies?
Disagree, because I'm not going to rewatch it. I'm good. There's other movies out there I got to see. No, I think it's in the same Surf Ninjas vein. I'm pretty sure I've seen this when I was a kid. I've seen it on TV, and every once in a while I'm yeah, this looks kind of familiar, but I haven't seen it in a super long time. If I have seen it, so it's going to be no.
Yeah, this is one I don't remember if I've seen or not. I mean, if I have seen it, it was back in '94 when it came out, and I haven't watched it, and I haven't thought about watching it since. maybe if you ever do a Jim Barney episode, I'll probably watch it for that.
What's the Treehouse movie you did for the Disney Channel? The Treehouse Hostage? I'll bring that one up.
Yeah, it's also going to be a no for me for the Beverly Hillbillies. So unfortunately, it's not going to make it up.
Dr.
Austin,
Otto and the Riddle of the Moonbeam. All right, that's my number 3.
Austin, what do you have for the movie?
I guess I'll just bring up the other one that was on my count, or one of the other ones that was on my count list. That I think it was on some of the other guys, so it'll probably make it here. I guess we'll round it out with the Benchwarmers. It's a fun sports comedy for what it is. Again, is it a classic sports comedy? No, but it was around that time when they were really pushing John Heder to like be a comedy star, and it worked for like 3 years, and then kind of faded away a little bit. But he's fun enough for what he is. I really like John Lovitz in this movie. I think he's a lot of fun as the rich guy, kind of funny them and whatnot. But yeah, they're playing baseball against these little kids, but again, it has a kind of a heart to it at the end of the movie, and he's a likable dude in it. So yeah, it's a good enough movie. Will it be high on our list if it makes it? Probably not, but I'll still throw it in there. So let's go for the Benchwarmers.
But JPO, what do you say about the Benchwarmers?
I'm in a weird position because I have something I want higher than this, but if that doesn't make it, then I'm gonna feel bad this didn't make it, because this is definitely higher than what's left after my thing doesn't make it if it doesn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna say no because I do have something higher. So we'll see how it rolls. They might say yes.
This is one that I haven't seen in a while. I'm probably going to rewatch it because it is going to be in the 2006 ladder series when we get up to that in a few weeks. But from what I remember enjoying it enough. So I'm going to say yes. Brian, what do you say about the Benchwarmers?
Yeah, the Benchwarmers is a lot of fun. You get Schneider, David Spade, and John Heder at 2 main characters. Some great comedy there with number 7, hatred of John Hughes' character, which is hilarious. Nick Schwartz is great as the brother who doesn't want to leave the house, and have a few laughs. So yes, for me.
And Austin, what do you?
I brought up the Benchwarmers.
Yeah, the Benchwarmers are going to make it.
I'm taking passes now.
But that Benchwarmers is going to round out the list.
Wow, 37 minutes and we got our 12. That must be a record for Rankin. There we go. Yeah. We breezed through that one. So there was another one I was on that we breezed through in like 45 minutes. I can't remember what it was, Malcolm, but man, we threw them all out there like real quick. I don't even remember what episode it was. I'd have to look it up.
I mean, we are talking, if we don't include cameos, there's only 20 options, at least for me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, my list is fairly short. Like, I stretch it to like 15. So,
and I mean, it's one of those ones, just looking at his list, I don't see anyone sort of arguing for his, the animated movies Jungle Shuffle,
Norm of the North. Yeah, no, we're not.
Norm of the North was like theatrically released. He's got a
couple
weird ones that like.
Yeah, I was about to say, Norm of the North is probably a more mainstream movie for him.
Yeah.
The other anime movies I mentioned, like,
oh no, he does a lot of like. I think there are these little ones that he records, for a couple of days on, and they just get lost in the shuffle and then thrown on like straight to some streaming service, somewhere that they do, There's a lot of movies like that. Chop Kid Panda, shit like that.
I think a lot of them are foreign movies or something that he just dubs over. But anyway, JPO, do you have any honorable mentions?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see what else that we could have. I like Down Periscope. That's the one I would have fought for. I think there's some decent laughs in that. It's pretty goofy and fun. Not really. If we had somehow kept going, I literally would have voted for Judge Dredd. That would have been next. And then honestly, from what I remember, he's kind of funny in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Knockoff. That's a weird pairing. That's all I got. I mean,
well, I mean, yeah, no, it's one of those ones. Like for me, like what I had left, was just like a small balls of cameos because, like I rewatched The Longest Yard, and I actually really enjoyed it personally. I mean, it's one of those ones I thought.
I didn't think that was eligible. I didn't even think of that.
Well, I mean, he's credited it. Like yeah. And one that I thought Brian would have brought up, Muppets from Space. He's in it in that briefly as well. But Brian, do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Muppets for Space, Eight Green Lights, Grandma's Boy, and Round the World 8 Days.
Oh, I didn't Grandma's Boy count either.
And Austin,
the only other real big one, maybe two, but one that was on my countdown that made it kind of last minute when we did that show, but I don't think JPO had finished it. A couple people hadn't seen it. Was Big Stan. I did like Big Stan more than I thought I would. The movie where he kind of goes to prison, prepping to go to prison with David Carradine. It's a lot funnier than you think it is. And I might have JPO had you brought up Judge Dredd. I probably would have rolled with it just because, like, I think
we were getting there.
That movie, we're getting there. We were getting there. Had we needed it, I probably said yes to it, even though like that movie's not great, only because of what it does to Judge Dredd, like as a character. Like I don't like, but that was definitely because like, hey, that Schneider guy was funny in A Minute for Demolition Man. Let me put him as my sidekick in this movie, and it's
absolutely,
yeah. I mean, I mean. They're okay, but I think he's a little overexposed in that movie because there is a whole like act of that movie where he's the comedic sidekick, and it kind of wears a little thin for a little while when I just kind of want to watch Stallone like beat the shit out of people, So just what it does in that movie, yeah. But I might have said yes had you brought it up, maybe. So that was on the fence.
But anyway, it's time to vote on this. Just to recap what is on the list: we've got Big Daddy, Surf Ninjas, 51st Dates, Grown Ups, The Water Boy, The Animal, Home Alone 2, The Hot Chick, Home Team, Deuce Biglow, Mel Giglow, You Don't Mess with Zohan, and The Benchwarmers. JPO, what do you have for number 12?
Sorry, again, it's the only one that I feel like I haven't really seen Surf Ninjas.
Don't do it to me, JPO. It's better than some of these movies.
It might be, but I can't say that.
Just because he doesn't have much of a big role in it, and he's pretty much up one line most of the time, The Water Boy. Brian.
Also predicted it, Surf Ninjas.
Oh no!
Sorry,
Austin.
Oh man, just because I hadn't seen it, I would have said Home Team. So that's all. Yeah.
Surf Ninjas is.
See, you did the same thing, and I like Home Team.
I know, but I didn't say it was not a great movie. I just said I haven't seen it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I'm doubting it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's see.
You could just kept your old answer.
Well, I'm just thinking. I'm not like Malcolm, where I'll keep the same answer for like 10 spots. I'll change.
Yeah,
I'll make adjustments. I make adjustments.
Home Team.
Bench warmers.
JPO.
Hot Chick.
We got tie.
Full-way tie.
Who's
Jordan.
watching? Jordan.
Well, Jordan is. Look, Jordan, at the point you asked me, we had five people, but
I mean,
we were supposed to have 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have warned him we were going to be done in like less than an hour.
But we've got a tie. We've got The Water Boy. We've got Home Team. We got Benchwarmers, and we've got The Hot Chick. Jordan, which of those 4 do you want at 11?
Hurry up, Jordan.
I mean, before I even finish saying it.
Okay.
This is when we could have done it at 8 and still be done by the time you had trivia.
Yeah, wow. If I had done that, we might have. I just got home from a 7-hour drive like an hour and a half ago. So yeah, I might have liked that.
But
it's all good.
Brian, what do you have?
Go eat.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Home Team.
Austin.
All right, bounce back to Home Team.
APO.
Hot Chick.
The Water Boy, but Home Team is going to be at 10. Austin, what do you have for 9?
Because it's his smallest roll out of the one that's left, Waterboy.
JPO.
Hot Chick.
The Water Boy. Ryan.
I would have gone 51st Dates.
But it is going to be the Water Boy.
Gatorade.
Gatorade, I gotta put in the fridge later.
Let's see.
So JPO, what do you have for 8?
Hot chick.
I've got You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Brian.
51st Dates.
Get ready, Jordan. Grown ups.
So
Jacob, join now so you can do tiebreakers.
Jacob,
You can do
join.
tiebreakers.
Barbara,
Mhm.
click the link. Get in here.
Just do it.
so we've got.
Do it.
But anyway, we've got the hot chick who Don't Mess with Zohan. What else was there?
51st Dates.
Oh, and actually, Jacob got it in there first. He did, great arms. And Jordan would have gone Zohan, but Jacob got in just before that.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Barbara, you can still technically vote on her.
Yeah, you can just join
Click
the
the
link.
Yeah, Jacob, if you want to jump in and help with the voting, you can.
Yeah.
But
You can also mention what was on your list as well.
but Brian, what do you have for 7?
Still sticking at 51st Dates.
Austin.
About where I had it on my countdown. The hot chick. Number 7.
JPO.
Hot chick.
Sticking with You Don't Mess with Zohan.
Yeah.
The hot chick is going to be 7.
Those markers did.
Here, I'll pass you another one real quick, JPO. Here you go.
Ooh,
Here you go.
right.
There you go. I got a whole bag full of them.
I need
But
to
moving on to 6. Austin, what do you have for 6?
About where I had it on my countdown. Zohan for 6.
JPO.
The animal is what I was going to write.
Okay.
You Don't Mess with Zohan. Brian.
Juice Bigelow.
But Zohan is going to be at 6. And we've got Jacob here to help with the voting.
Hey.
Hey.
Jacob! All right, let's start the show over.
All right, my first nomination will be the hot chick.
All right.
Jacob, what was on your list, if we ask?
I don't have it with me, so
It's probably all the same ones we nominated and put on this list, most likely.
probably.
Yeah,
Just
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What 5 do we have left?
So
Yeah.
we've got Big Daddy, 51st Dates, The Animal, Home Alone 2, and Deuce Bigelow. But Jacob, what do you have for 5?
Deuce Bigelow.
But yeah, I like the movie, but it's a very small role for Home Alone 2. Brian.
Juice Bigelow.
Austin.
Home Alone 2.
And JPO.
And the animal.
So you break the tie, JPO, then what's it brought up?
So JPO, Home Alone 2 or Deuce Bigelow?
Deuce Bigelow.
but I'm sticking with Home Alone 2. Brian,
For 5, 51st Dates.
Austin,
I'm on too.
JPO,
The Animal.
and Jacob.
The Animal.
So I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The Animal.
Come on, he's not in Home Alone 2 that much, guys. It can't be in the top 3.
I'm voting for movie. We're not talking performances.
I'm voting for performances.
That's fine.
I wrote my movie.
I mean, everyone can vote for have their own reasons, I suppose. But yeah, Brian, what do you have for 3?
51st Dates.
I'm sticking with Home Alone. Yeah.
JPO,
Home Alone.
Jacob.
I also went 51st Dates.
I also went Home Alone 2, so Home Alone 2 is going to be at 3.
JPO said Home Alone. He didn't say Home Alone 2.
Exactly. Wrong movie.
So,
It's Home Alone 2.
you verbalized.
I verbalized Home Alone. That was on me.
I saw the full thing on his board, so.
Off my dick, Jacob.
All right. So voting for number 1. What 2 do we have left? I'm sorry.
51st Dates and Big Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the number 1 Rob Schneider movie isn't actually a Rob Schneider movie.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to avoid. Surf Ninjas. It's number 1. If you guys watched it.
You mean number 12?
No.
But Austin, what do you have as number 1 out of Big Daddy?
Out of the 2, I'll say Big Daddy.
JPO.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
Jacob.
Big Daddy.
I would have gone 51st Dates. Brian.
My third favorite Saturday movie, Big Daddy.
This is great. I think the top 3 is my top 3. So that worked out perfectly.
Mine's not at all. All of mine end up at the bottom of the list.
But with that, our top
Schneider
12 Rob,
sabbatical.
top 12 Rob Schneider movies. At 12, we've got Surf Ninjas. At 11, we've got the Benchwarmers. At 10, we got Home Team. At 9, we got The Waterboy. At 8, we got Grown Ups. At 7, we got The Hot Chick. At 6, we got You Don't Mess with the Zohan. At 5, we got Deuce Bigelow Male Gigolo. At 4, we got The Animal. At 3, we got Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. At 2, we've got 51st Dates. And number 1, we've got Big Daddy. But next week's episode, it's going to be a really big whiplash because next week's episode of Rankum is going to be going from Rob Schneider to Martin Scorsese movies.
Hey, Jake, you want to do the Blink-182 on my channel? Because I want to do that now.
Let's do it.
Shark Tale number 1.
I'm just gonna steal all your runner-ups, Malcolm, from my channel.
But
I think I'm doing Scorsese with Aaron Knoll on his little countdown show, so it's gonna be a whole lot of Scorsese for the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
But Brian, what big people on you online?
Yeah, I appear here sometimes. Appear or do trivia sometimes where I have time for it. We hear Network I appear sometimes. That's going to be on the horror comedies on Tuesday, and Lifestyle Trivia appearing and the MCU Trivia on No Pickle Network.
Austin, making people on you online.
Well, I'm the King Jordan of at least getting it on the list, so I at least get some of these movies on the list. So I at least try.
Don't you get 3 ninjas, not 6 ninjas?
Yeah, so I mean, I did what I could, but I'm alone in that venture. But I got it on the list. Yeah, Movie Hero Network with Jordan, who's commenting, co-hosting with stuff over there. We'll be live later tonight for another edition of Seen and Heard trivia, but it'll be an all horror edition of Seen and Heard for Halloween. So lots and lots of horror clips to come. So tune in.
JPO, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you're Brian name dropped at the Pure Scos, where most of my shenanigans take place. A lot of movie fun over there. A little bit of hiatus as I do a move, but November we'll start back up pretty hardcore. I've been doing a lot of horror stuff recently. The only stuff you've seen recently on the channel, but we'll go back to normal stuff too. In November, You can also always find me sometimes popping up on the Movie Hero Network. We do Lonely Marks, Us Three, this little L backwards L, as well as Richie. Some interesting wrestling news yesterday after TNA and NWA got some interesting stuff, so we got to talk about that. And then Pierce Wrestling as well. Some more wrestling shenanigans over there. Battleground, this, that, and the other. Yeah. My phone.
Jacob, we can be upon you online.
I'll lose my phone.
Well, when I wake up on time and don't misread the times when things are happening, you can find me over at the Movie Hero Network, mostly where I do pop up on tournament fights and tier ranker. I also, like JPO said, Lonely Marks, and on every other Saturday, just about me and Austin will do a podcast about movies. This weekend we'll be covering the Chucky franchise as kind of a part of our that's our horror franchise for the month of October, that because it's a one that I'm just getting into. I've seen Bride of Chucky because we covered it for a previous episode, but now I'm gonna watch the whole franchise starting from the beginning. So it'll be an interesting and fun discussion. So that'll be happening Saturday around 5 Eastern, and then not really much else happening in the future. So.
But yeah, you can find me on Tape Productions. We host Rankum every Sunday night. Next week we're doing top 12 Marvel Scorsese movies. And you can also find me also hosting other shows on Tape Free. We do an Oscars show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and once a month we do a bracket. We'll have the championship of the top 128 movies that have appeared on Rankum a few times. And so they'll be coming out within the next couple of months, probably next month. And you can find me hosting trivia everywhere. And I believe I'm on the Movie Hero Network on Tuesday for horror comedies. And that is the end of Ranking for this week. Keep watching movies and listing shit.
We can do it.
You can do it. You can do it all night long.
Yeah.
See, he pops up more than once.